Yeah.
Seven maze.
Like something that Peter does really well and a lot of really high players do well is they peek for the wide swing whenever they're not 100% where somebody is before they, you know, go out wider, which sounds really obvious, but in an angle like this, it's second nature to peek like the screen on angle, like what you did, you know.
Right.
But if you go out with your first like deady peek to the left looking front screen, because you should be aware by the time that you drop off this and the fact that the harbor ulti had just gone off that they could be that far up, then you probably shouldn't have the frag here, and because he's holding W while scaling, you kill him for free.
I'm also gonna pull up
a really
clip.
hard engagement for him to win.
I'm gonna pull up a clip of this concept so people know what he's talking about. So I know Ray's tapped the bomb, and I'm expecting her to swing, and so like I only peek like slightly, and I'm already pre-firing bullets because there she comes trying to swing me. Yeah, essentially you're expecting them to swing you, so you like peek an angle that's not a real angle, like the off angle as they're wide swinging you.
Holy shit.
Let's go! Show the rank up. Don't alt tab. Oh. Oh, yeah. Too easy. Different. Yo, congrats.
Thanks everybody for being here. Hey, shout out to Woo Jin for setting all this shit up. This is incredible. I've never experienced anything like this before in my life, dude. This is awesome.
Yo, congrats.
You
deserve it. You deserve it.
Appreciate it, bro. I'm fucking 31 years old, bro.
Let's go. Yo, congrats. Yo, you beat Saucy.
Dang.
Saucy. Oh yeah, since Saucy.
Breach him.
So stiff.
Damn, dude.
Meet JG. He's the first player I coached to Radiant. Now, I'm coaching him to be a consistent top 100 player, and along the way, I will be bringing in multiple top-tier professional coaches to provide their insights. My goal with this series is to give you an inside look into the highest level of competitive solo queue in Valorant. All of these Radiant coaching sessions happen live on twitch.tv/Woohoojin every Thursday morning at my regular stream time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there. If you follow the competitive scene, then you've probably heard of today's guest coach, silenx. In 2021, he was a substitute player for 100 Thieves during their VCT qualification run and played with Knights for the latter half of the year. Since then, he's been consistently practicing and competing in the Tier 2 scene. You can hire him for private VOD review over at metafy.gg/@silenx and watch him play in High Radiant daily at twitch.tv/silenx. The socials will be linked in the video description. Let's take a peek. We're playing Jet on Icebox again, which is good because I'd say it's been quite a while since we did that review. So let's see the glow up. You know what I'm saying? Where minimap? That's what I'm saying. Pepe hands.
You gotta fight.
All right, we got the Viper mid lurk.
In nest. That was me. One maze. One gen. Oh my god. W comms. Dead.
But yeah, you can hear comms. I fix it like round 4.
What?
Okay.
Nice. Oh my god. W comms.
Yeah, this routing already looks a bit better.
You gotta fight in sight.
From our last Icebox VOD, I like that you're stopping like tiny little steps here because last time you just like caroused this.
Yeah, you could definitely clean up your deady peeking on belt a little bit better to set yourself up for like each individual peak, but especially on pistol round, I don't think it's too big of a deal because you're not at risk of getting opt or anything like that. That peak in particular was really good. You're close on the shot.
This is go round 2. Pistol looked pretty thick and boring.
Oh, on headshot. There's a vandal down. I got dropped.
Yeah, you got dropped. I
just
mean,
stuck myself, wait for the Reyna blind. And did she blind? No, she didn't. So the Reyna blind.
Headshot.
Yeah, I don't even see that guy.
yeah, he just crouched on crouched you, right? He wasn't on the angle initially. That's like slightly blurred, but I mean, if you're trying to play this objectively well, you guys won pistol round. You have a vandal, you should probably be waiting for the Uto, right? If you're trying to sweat and get the dub. If you're feeling yourself though and going for the ego fights and trying to ramp it up,
There's a vandal down.
I can see you doing it. I don't blame you too much, but
I think this is the same type of idea actually. So we fuck up this dart here, which you can dodge by the way. If he's darting against that back wall, you can actually make it.
I think
this
KJ
orb.
did dodge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, KJ made it in. Yeah.
So if you commit to that run, but you have to trust your Viper to throw the orb fast enough, which she can do. I think she's actually a bit slow here though. But yeah, if the dart's hitting this back wall, you can get into the orb. That's like the pattern recognition. If it lands on the ground, you're cooked. But yeah, it tags you. I don't think you should be running into the orb. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'd make noise on the right side and hope they don't no killjoy cross.
Oh, I walked out too soon. Too soon. Yeah, I'm not gonna swing that. I'm gonna fall back.
Oh, this is Pog.
Damn, that was lazy. With a dart, I guess.
I'm not gonna swing that. I'm gonna fall back.
What was lazy from us?
They could have.
We darted
Fair.
site. Yeah, they could have pushed. Yeah.
I think you kind of autopilot it up, but it's okay.
Oh shit.
Gen clear. The one's. Phoenix
Okay.
retaking. Holy fuck, that was scary. Through wall, Sage through wall. Screens. Oh, boiler. One into
Yeah, I
nest.
think there's a lot to
routing.
unpack here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure you realize your Sova.
Darted for site. And
Yeah,
rather
and if
than-
he darts this close angle, they can actually. I'm not sure if you
They
can
can
see me
breathe in
draw,
up there.
but yeah, they can hide from the dart at front pipes here, and sort of.
It's my favorite play on Ecos.
Yeah, you get laid out by silenx right here, man, and you're gonna be facing it if you're top 100.
Yeah.
So you're crying right there, you're dead, and then of course the
dash through and
this is
on.
this is sad boy stuff. I think from this point, going 410 is not wrong. I know I see a lot of people like go to peak pipes over maze first too, or like clear maze in general.
I would have cleared your. I mean, honestly, you probably don't. Or let's see how fast the drone scales. Because I don't mind you jumping 410 because you already got the tag on the guy's screen, so there's probably not somebody close on you.
Oh, I see drone is right ahead of us. Ooh, they break it
Yeah.
fast though.
Yeah, honestly, I can't tell because of the map, but if they didn't clear under a close left, you definitely should have hard cleared maze.
Yeah.
But aside from that, as far as like peeking into backside from top pipes, it's usually pretty solid. But since you already got that tag on the guy back screens, I like what you did. You took the space aggressively while you couldn't react.
Yeah, now here we're just kind of crying though.
Yeah.
This peak is all right, especially if you AD like you do here to take the fight. Like you don't commit to staying up. I think the moment. So here, of course, I like this. I like how we play it. You get stuck and you stay alive.
Retaking.
I think staying up here, like at this point, is kind of sus because we don't have our
Holy
exit.
fuck, that was scary.
Now the wall is on our left instead.
Well, it's like since he Phoenix ulted, it's pretty good to go for. If you can just catch
Okay.
out the ult whenever you're peeking over top site here, the second this thing is dead, you should probably get out and go top 410
Screens.
because it's a way stronger spot. Or you stay crouched like right here to ISO yourself to where they can't see you from boiler. Like you crouch in this little window that you're next to, basically, you know, where people would plant the bomb type of thing. You can
Yeah,
crouch
you're
right
safe.
here and just look in a back sight, and they won't be able to shoot at you from boiler like this. And it's really low likelihood that they're going up the rope in this scenario because you guys have a Viper wall up on your side, or at least at the start of this, right? So you're pretty confident nobody's coming in top site.
Yeah, and where are you
So I
recommending
wouldn't
he
mind
looks?
that.
So he's like crouched here, and
So
where?
you sit there,
looking
and you
here?
look like towards, yeah, because they're scaling
Yeah.
that side. So most of the time, whenever you sit here, you get a free kill on the Raptors guy, or if you hear them stomping underneath backside, then you just run up and you kill them. Otherwise, I think going top 410 is going to be your power spot, and it's going to be the same thing where you're crouched up against the left looking right side. Because you're not going to get much value over looking over the Viper wall or anything because your Viper wall is up, right? So you don't want to jump all the
Right.
way up top left.
Yeah. So
But
this
you
is like
just
the space.
repositioned poorly here. Especially
I thi-
after you take the first shot and whiff on the first guy top site. If they're like anywhere at all, I know you do get one, but like if you're playing against a better player here, like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to get anything here, you know?
Right.
Oh, boiler.
Yeah,
One
top site
in
is
nest.
just like a really bad spot in general. I feel like top 410 is generally better, but when you dash mid site, I think you should route right side regardless. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
you jumped up on the box and then you went to nest. I feel like that was like where the initial error happened.
Yeah, this is like you did this pistol round too. Like this is a really common routing. Is like keeping your back up against this wall as well. Yeah, like
Also
this
taking
is
that
like the spot that people fight for more. And then it like once you have all of it, is like this space. I guess you can contest. But you don't have to.
Right.
Another thing you need to be careful with is like like I said, I thought it was good that you went for the space because the Sova was tagged, but your drone wasn't able to clear Gen, so you kind of just dashed out in the open. You didn't even you weren't able to get up behind the box on your dash.
I think we got to play in sight.
That
more.
was
We
front
got
side,
Sage wall,
so
we got
you were
Harbor
kind of
wall.
boned if there was anybody there.
Right.
And that's
Yeah,
really
different
common angle,
rounds.
right?
Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice peeks. Good shit.
Jet diff, jet diff.
Anyone want the Marshall? I go knives.
I just. This is a comms thing, but I think you hold tab and see if anybody wants the Marshall, and then you just
That's
tell
true.
them that you're gonna give them the Marshall.
Yeah.
You just go, yo, Killjoy,
Authority.
I'm gonna drop you this
Here.
Marshall. Yeah, because
Yeah.
anyone want it. You could have two people be like, yeah, and it can kind of break shit up. It's kind of like saying somebody
That's
watch
true.
flank, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, and eventually you do just throw it and pull knives. I mean, I like that. Ooh.
Okay.
He's him, he's him.
Ooh.
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 Oh.
Overheat.
Oh,
Sad.
that's right.
I don't blame you.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Pop
Yeah.
dash, but-
Most excusable overheat I've seen.
Exactly.
No
Everyone's
shots.
like, I would have done that too.
The point 1, 1600. Let's go.
Oh, are we on low sense now?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I feel like the most deadly players are the ones on real low sense and you can't tell they're on low sense.
Right, right.
Same idea. You're about to get laid out. Yep. I think you're just we're
You're
not
trying to wear
facing
it
the
on
good
close
enough
speed.
Haven't been
players.
punished it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That push that timing yet. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like we're losing any value clearing it right here. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Or being ready for it rather.
and
yeah.
besides, you just threw away that value by clearing this. Like, I don't think they can be here.
Yeah, off the dart. Yeah.
Yeah, and also if they do dart like this, I think
hear one
each
version
time
of
I've seen
that.
it, you haven't been aware of if they could be in your nest, because you can be punished
Yeah.
from somebody there too. If you like to scale, left like that, I recommend you jump up on the first box and you just do like a silent jump spot or something like that. If you really want to hard clear all of it,
Okay.
or you back
for
all the way
nest.
up and
Yeah.
yeah, you literally
Yeah.
just
That
the
back
first.
corner.
Yeah, the first one you jump on, like you sit there for a second. If you don't see him, silent jump spot him. See nothing, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then you can silently get on top of pipes and scale.
Pipes, I'll follow it.
Oh. Oh, I
Oh,
like
good
that.
Pacing.
Nice
Good
catch.
pacing.
This routing's good too. I like that
Yeah,
you go
see?
behind the box. This is
exactly.
super cozy. Dopai likes it.
Exactly.
I like it. I don't know if silenx likes it though.
Oh no, I like it.
Yeah. Everyone likes it. More of that.
She might push.
Something about calling the routing cozy is troll. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but it's like the best players never look uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Like you'll watch them play and it's like
In
you
control.
know all of the threats that are likely to happen to them while you watch like a lower rated player play and there's stuff unaccounted for.
Never mind. Their jet doesn't want to play for the orb. That's crazy.
Did they tap orb at all?
Did you? Yeah. Did you hear tap there? Or were you pre-firing?
I was expecting him to play for knives because I thought they were on an
Oh,
eco.
I'm so slow.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. I wanted to like we dart for it. Yeah.
No, I know what you
Should
mean.
have
It's
like
just
waited for the
once
audio
you-
or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if
just,
anything, you scared her
convince
away.
He's doing it silently.
If you think you're gonna get the kill, you could also do the tens routing where he does this b hop over and lands on the ground real
Oh,
fast.
I love the
Oh,
bug
yeah.
speak.
Yeah, because it's quieter, and this guy, I don't know. Every time I see tens go for it, this dude always goes to take the orb. So something about it, they just don't expect it. While this updraft right here, loud as hell.
They,
Or it's
yeah.
also usually the guy who's holding the updraft is going to be sitting top nest,
On
or he's going to be
front,
sitting
yeah.
on
Someone
headshot
ping
angle.
orb
If
for
he's
me
sitting
right
headshot angle, they can't even punish the jump most of the time.
Headshot.
Just get out of there, get out of there.
Okay. Oh, anybody else wins? Oh, like back sight scared me a lot when we
Headshot.
backed up right here,
Yeah, I mean,
right here.
I would have turned immediately after you go for the jump. I don't blame you for looking left, but afterwards
really nice.
immediately pivot.
Yeah.
Like as you're jumping, you can make the adjustment.
You know, group with the homies. I'm kind of down.
Yeah, yeah. Well played around. No ego chalice maybe, but all good.
It's JG, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, take over.
You know, he's allowed to take those. His
If you
50
recognize that
conversion
you're
rate is
having a
like
good game.
60.
What is it? Is it planted for a top?
It's in back.
Jeez.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Silver,
Oh,
silver mace, silver
Lindsay.
mace. Oh, fuck. I need it.
Hmm.
It's in back.
Yeah,
So
if you had
I
that
like-
second smoke.
Yeah.
True.
We go for cover. This is tough. I feel like I'm gonna expect this guy to push maze, and I'm not
Mhm.
sure you expected him because we sort of over peaked him right here.
Yeah, I went too far.
And when
Yeah.
you're expecting them to contest, I don't think you ever want to do these pre-aim peaks. So
Yeah.
either like you jump spot or you just kind of wait for this guy. You try to play angle like
Well,
distance.
I think on the other hand, I think the pre-aim peaks are actually really good here while they're scaling because they're
Yeah.
holding W. It's actually ideal, but you need to be aware of how wide they can be. Right here, the problem is your
Yeah.
crosshair placement's poor because you're not aware
Holy
of
fuck,
the
you're
timing that
on
they
him.
have. Like something that Peter does really well and a lot of really high players do well is they peek for the wide swing whenever they're not 100% where somebody is before they, you know, go out wider, which sounds really obvious, but in an angle like this, it's second
Yeah.
nature to peek like the screen on angle, like what you did, you know?
Right.
But if you go out with your first like deady peek to the left looking front screen, because you should be aware by the time that you drop off this and the fact that the harbor ulti had just gone off, that they could be that far up, then you probably shouldn't have to frag
Yeah.
here, and because he's holding W while scaling, you kill him for free.
I'm also
Like,
gonna pull
it's
up
a
a
really hard
clip.
engagement for him to win.
I'm gonna pull up a clip of this concept so people know what he's talking about. So I know Ray's tapped the bomb, and I'm expecting her to swing, and so like I only peek like slightly, and I'm already pre-firing bullets because there she comes trying to swing me. Yeah, essentially you're expecting them to swing you, so you like peek an angle that's not a real angle, like the off angle as they're wide swinging you. Yeah, so I'd say because you're expecting them pushing, the big mistake is like you could still end up accidentally over swinging him. Like maybe you expect the walk up a different depth, but here because your crosshair after the peak is all the way. Well, you already started flicking. You're fast as hell, but your crosshair was here. It was screens, like as if they were holding you type thing.
Right.
That's where we
yeah.
were peeking for. So if you were peeking for the walk up but you missed, that's fine, I would say, because at least you're expecting it. Because you got caught with your pants down.
So,
Yeah, we're just not even ready.
Yeah, kind of trolling.
Yellow. Dead on yellow. Three here. Leave.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the same thing.
Yellow.
It's the same
Dead on yellow.
pattern
Three
where
here,
you,
three
you
here.
can
Leave,
expect them to get
leave.
wide on you after this kill. Like here,
Yeah.
I feel like I can almost see this guy through this wall right now. Like I've got wall hacks on. And
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, sorry. I wanted to say aside from that too, this is like you make like 3 pretty big mistakes here, in my opinion. So first, whenever you updraft, you like, even if he has his dart clearing, you can't clear hard right side, or I don't even see what you
The
told me to
box,
use
the
off right.
grip.
Okay, so yeah, there's not even a dart going off right here, so you should at least be deady peeking this angle after you updraft, because most of the time it's really commonplace for people to hold for the updraft off rip. Like I know for one, after playing like KJ and Viper B for like 2 years, like if you play far right side on that angle,
I'm usually here.
they'll be holding for the updraft. Yeah, like that angle or further to the right, they can literally take a pop shot and just rip your head off here, and they get their one, they get back to site, they get to play the bomb denial, right? And it's so in their favor at that point. So first I would deady peek this angle going on the right, and then I think you scale really well whenever you get top yellow, and that was a good call to get off, but you should have dropped behind yellow as opposed to right side, because you just give a very good fight to the
force
side
myself
player.
into a fight.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Dead on yellow.
And then the third and final, like what Woohoo is alluding to, is this is a very obvious scenario where he's going to be on that angle scaled up yellow, especially because you have no util to clear it off, and you saw where they were scaling wise as you dash past.
Yeah, and he's saying if you drop on the left here, you can isolate the fights one at a time. You drop on the right, and they can kind of, this fight on site was good for them, but also there's like 2 guys who can easily fight, and this guy can take this space behind you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have dropped left just because you're aware that they can be that wide. Same
Yeah,
thing
you
like
want
with the crosshair.
here.
But yeah, you just drop back. Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've seen you diagonal peek. Woohoo called it out earlier.
Which peak?
The diagonal, like he took a back step and went left.
Oh,
Here,
did he?
leave.
You're right. He diagonal peeked it.
Yellow, please.
Oh, he does.
Like I get why you do it because you're so close to the corner. You want to like distance yourself, but it's worse. Neither option's good. But when you're close to the corner, like let's say you have to peek for whatever reason, the just Aing out is at least better than
you're
AS.
fast.
Yeah. Or crouch peek. I feel like not enough people crouch peek when you're close on the wall. It's like so good.
Right, and the killjoy are gonna give us all a sight anyways.
What the?
What? What?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, there's like that bug right now. You like interrupt the dash with like a smoke, and you can like shoot faster. I don't know if that's what he did, but
Holy
definitely
shit.
lays me out either way.
I definitely laid you out.
Yeah.
You can't even get to sight. He's alright, Viper.
NT, jet def.
yeah, I'm kind of skipping that round.
Oh, that was a good round to do it.
Okay, the one thing that you might want to change is I know a lot of people will updraft behind the cover and then like peek out midair. If you updraft this way, their crosshair was already on the ground and it's like they can track you up because the crosshair was on you as you like peeked out. As opposed to if you updraft before
Running
you
high.
peek out, they've got to like
Right.
flick up to react to you being there.
I think the idea was to catch him with the dart out though, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like an aggressive timing thing because you know he only darts mid, but
Oh,
True. Then you're kind of chilling. If anything, we could have started the
Which
round
one is that one?
on the
On blue.
this box.
Yeah, on blue, yeah.
yeah.
What was the idea here though? Like to reaggress? That was confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hunting something. Don't know if there's too much thought behind it.
I thought the comp was 3B.
Yeah, the numbers are really rough here because we got one knife. I think if you see this guy, I think it's bad for you on average.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Out
don't
in the open
think you're
trying to
hitting
catch
that.
one knife.
Yeah. I would play it like kind of like you got a stinger or some shit here, and I would just bait somebody, get their gun, and play like safe trade angles or go first
Yeah.
maybe. Like have somebody trade you could also work. I think playing alone with the one knife,
Oh, we
a
should
little
sleep,
troll.
Yeah, okay.
Like you can go
Just
first.
taping
Here.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really hard for you to trade with one knife.
He knows, he knows.
Case in point.
Oh.
And now this is pretty comfy with the classic. Speaking of,
Okay.
good smoke, good smoke.
Fine.
Three. Oh my god.
He passed you. Oh, you didn't see him. You didn't see him.
That's a tragedy.
The hell? You just became so thorough on the last round.
Yeah, I like it.
You heard our criticism in advance.
Literally.
Back up, back up, back up.
Okay.
Somehow, like, you use all your util on that first execute right there, but, like, you gain, like...
No space. Yeah. Negative space. We
Back
lost
swing,
it.
back.
That we're just re-hitting
Slide.
with nothing?
I was afraid of the Phoenix ult. Yeah, I think it was a little.
Oh!
Oh, you're just so much
Wait,
better
that's
than
ambitious.
that guy.
That's ambitious.
Well,
And that,
Wow.
yeah, the no left, yeah.
Fuck the left
Dude.
corner.
yeah, everybody hated that. Everyone's
We
going.
saw,
Everyone's
we saw the
routing
good
right.
glimmers. It's like this round was a roller coaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think everyone here's routing right side.
Yeah.
I kind of want to change the top for 10 dash. Like, I don't think you do that anymore. Just use your dash to take a fight, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not
swing
really
top
getting
pipes.
anywhere.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
I can
'Cause
just
you're
ride
using,
the
like,
rope across.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're using 2 smokes and, like, I don't know. And your dash for, like, 2 centimeters.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah,
route pipes,
from
and even
pipes.
from pipes, you can just do a jump onto 410. Like even if you're not
Yeah.
playing jet, like you can just
Yeah.
hop over there without the rope at all.
Yeah.
The only thing that's sus is it really depends on the util you're getting. If your drone isn't able to clear it, that dash is actually really good. Like if they break your drone as it's scaling front sight and it's not able to clear close left, it's pretty good to do that dash if you have somebody scaling up behind you pipes, because then all of a sudden they're looking right at you and that guy gets a free frag on this guy close, and then that gives you like, I guess, the initiative to take the next fight. While their attention's fragged. But I think in every other context, going across the rope or jumping across is so much more efficient util wise, right?
Yeah.
Guarded close. Phoenix out. Attack jet once.
Is there any reason you don't go for, like, the Yay Chow here with the Deagle? I feel like your Deagle's so good.
No reason in particular. I think I go back and forth between getting a ghost and smoke and sheriff.
Are you talking about this
Like
angle
it goes
too?
kind of day or what?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Yay Chow for people. He plays like up here with his sheriff and just I've seen the dude just always has
Just takes him out.
Yeah.
They're scaling left side. Phoenix up. Dashed out in her smoke.
Man, this asshole's routing is painful.
Dice box. Jet, dice.
You learn a thing from this jet.
Oh, behind me. 105 silver. Maze.
I feel like you played that angle as well as you could have, though. But I feel like you need a call for your teammates to help you fight. You just say the jet dashed on you, and it's like awkward because you're gonna get pinched in the back soon.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
they don't have good util to flush you out of Gen. They don't have Viper.
Guarded close.
Like here, lots of people get really cozy in this back like angle playing this box.
Yeah.
Sort of how Jet played you after she scaled. You can use this box to fight Nest, then use your dash, sort of, I guess, after you try to take a 50 there. Most of the time, recently, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I've been seeing Jets really commit to their first kill before they dash. They don't use the dash as like a shoot and get out of jail free card. They use it as like a kill and get out of jail free card, and they just eco fight until they get that kill. I mean, there 2 people swing you though, so
think it especially depends on the round.
Yeah.
On a pistol, I'd say, yeah, you're generally right, but if you're at an overwhelming disadvantage, that's still the strength of it.
You kill the drone.
Yeah, like 2 people swing you there, I can't fault you for
They're
dashing
stealing
away.
left side. Phoenix out.
Totally agree with Wu
Dashed
here.
out in her.
I would have honestly probably thrown this smoke as soon as I got the first engagement, and I would have crossed behind the box or peeked
Yeah,
down
right back
left,
here.
honestly. Just for the quick reposition, they're most likely not expecting it. And the second, if you want to, you can just literally full tuck this because, like you said, they have no util to clear you out. So you can literally sit here, and as they're scaling, they're looking back side. You peek with perfect crosshair placement as you hear them running you down, you know? Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, this box is like deceptively good. Like I
Yeah,
saw a lot
I
of
think-
pros playing there, and I started trying it, like even on like Viper, and I get in the pocket there, like
Nice one,
man,
Jet,
the
nice.
kills just come to me. Does it make me nervous?
One swung
Holy
belt.
shit.
Shooting at someone?
Yeah, jet belt.
They're shooting the wall.
My man just caffeinated after that first shot.
Jesus.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, you got 2?
Yeah, I got swung belt.
Wow.
Shooting at someone?
Yeah, I'm not sure because you took first contact. Hey, there I am in chat. I remember seeing you die here. You take first contact nest, then you take another fight nest, and then you're still nest. I don't know. It's like
Yeah, change the radicality after the engagement, like go low.
I just don't think you start nest. I think you start top 410 and go on like the little thingy up there.
yeah.
Like,
And if you
wanna
are gonna
fight
start
belt,
nest,
okay.
you play like here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like that angle, I don't mind it. It's
Yeah,
more
I got
like
dropped through the
the
wall.
movement after you missed your second shot. Whenever you headshot you through the
I should've
wall,
had it
it was
for
kind
you
of
there,
easy
my
because
bad.
you didn't keep
Wait,
on going
that
wide.
Molly's
You
going to
came to a
Narnia.
stop immediately.
Oh.
I would have immediately
Through the
jiggled
wall.
out and then gone for the re-swing.
jab
And if
out.
he does go for that wallbang shot, which pretty likely, then you're at advantage. Like you went,
Yeah.
like you either need to commit to going wide there and re-peek left, which is a
Yeah.
dangerous play,
Jet.
or you
No.
immediately jiggle left, go out right immediately. But instead you took your time here and you got punished for it. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of bullshit because he headshots you through the wall like this. A little unfortunate. Not everybody's gonna hit it, but even then, this is like
Shouldn't be there. Yeah.
Well, I'm
you
also
would have had an opportunity.
yeah. I'm also down to
otherwise.
be wider here. You've got gun advantage. You can kind of have an ego about the fight.
Yeah, actually, an angle Ye used to play a lot is instead of the far right scout angle, which I actually like. That's my favorite angle at this site.
So-
You can play a little further to the left, and you can use like the
Flip
top
it.
bit of 410. If you look at the VOD again real quick, because I don't know if they can actually see. So you see
This.
that little, yes, that little corner that's like missing on the square right there. He used to play far enough right side on this nest to where he could literally take a pop shot over that, go for the tap. Then afterwards he would be able to immediately crouch, break the angle, and then go right and go for the scout peek if he wanted to, or just drop off for free.
Oh, I like
that angle a lot.
That's some tech right there. I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah, I got dropped
Yeah,
through
actually,
the
I'm gonna
walls.
boot up. I'm gonna boot up Icebox to show people what he's talking about. Yeah, so you're talking
Yeah,
like using
play-
this corner.
Yeah, you'd be a little wider left.
Like
Yeah,
lining
you'd
up with
be
this?
able to, a little further straight. So particular. Basically, you want to be wide enough to where they're not gonna see you first, but you're gonna be able to take the pop shot and still get off. You're not gonna
Okay,
start.
so yeah, you need to-
crouch. Don't even start crouch. Don't even start crouch.
Oh.
You can. So you take
It's
the
like
angle
here
like this.
and
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He shoots,
So if
and
you
then
want, you
if you
take the pop
want, you
shot.
can peek there if
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
good and don't fall like me. So you start
this is the
standing using
alternative
this
because
as
a
your
lot of-
angle. And cross
Yeah,
behind this.
exactly. A lot of people will ignore this angle and nest, and they'll immediately go for like as you guys called the scout angle on the right side, the
Yeah, right
common
here.
one. And so because they're going over that angle, you have crosshair advantage or like displacement advantage, right? Whenever you're playing the left side, and it's a hard shot to hit because they just see a fraction of your skull through that little angle.
Been darting it.
And
Easy.
that's
Easy.
Pushing up A, pushing up A.
A crosshair
fuck that
placement
guy.
though,
I'll have it up.
like you should know by heart where you need to aim, and I could see you're aiming too low, and then you're like, oh wait, and you aim up, and you're still like, now you're on him. But it's like, why would we start
Yeah.
low?
Yeah.
One's behind Jen.
I don't know. I feel like you get here, the jet can dash up on you on this side, and it gets awkward. Like that fight we
Yeah.
had pistol. I mean,
And then
the same is true when you're close to the box, but I don't know. Like maybe
I
even
would've
have a
had to cover
shorty.
after.
really, yeah.
I think after you get that first shot,
Go
you have
Raptors?
so much time. I would have gone all the way Raptors because you're gonna get stuck in
Yeah.
a shit spot like this.
Oh hey, this is exactly what I predicted.
Hello,
Oh,
darkness.
thank
my
God
old
they gave
friend.
you this wall this time.
Yeah.
Nice guys.
Still just as scary though.
Yeah, and we get
Oh,
laid
that was
out.
actually winnable. Yeah, honestly, going for that back corner, if you're playing like just wide enough, you can probably get off the angle even without a dash and take a pop shot, especially since your scout was looking crispy right there. So I think that's a good idea too.
Yeah, and here I almost certainly try to get that shorty.
He's up out.
Yeah, timing wise, we're getting a little dangerous.
Walled here.
They're putting wall up.
Oh, this harbor wall's crazy
Oh,
good.
nah.
This harbor wall's crazy good.
Wow.
Wow.
Venom is so annoying. This guy, man.
Yeah, you're literally like at this point, it's like, okay, time to save.
There's double
This harbor
walls,
wall's
yeah.
so good.
This agent's kind of good, huh, Harbor?
Yeah. On offense half, on like Icebox, I think he's like so good. Like I've picked him and I cream offense and I cry on defense.
Also, if you want an alternative angle instead of just kind of sitting back rafters whenever you get stuck out like this, I would go all the way far right rafters and you can see top 410 and isolate all of right
yeah.
side. They can't peek you.
Yep.
I see people route this way a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really strong. I mean, even with a rifle, like if you get pushed off the early angles and you sit right there, you can just hold the like the ropes angle, isolate it. You can kill that guy and drop off for free.
Right.
It's a really strong position because people really like to scale top.
Yeah, and it's
Especially
also
whenever
kind
you
of
see,
hard
like-
for this guy to see you. Like you're kind
Yeah,
of chilling.
definitely. Ooh,
Are
I
you
like
him?
this.
Are you him?
I love this angle actually.
Oh, you're him.
Oh,
You're
you're
actually
him,
him.
you're him.
This
You're
is
him,
me.
you're him.
No! I don't like the routing. I want that corner. Oh!
Oh,
Yeah.
I almost fell in love for a second.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like this angle's calling to me, dude. I don't know.
Hey, be careful. I flanked a lot.
Giant, that's
You are a
Imagine.
crackhead.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Oh.
That too.
Ooh.
Okay, I would say whenever
Giant,
your
that's-
Viper ults here, the #1 threat to your Viper is always going to be top pipes. So after holding for his updraft or whatever you want to do at the very start, you either play right side, kind of like the scout angle, but only holding top pipes, or you
Right.
either go
Right
all the
here.
way back to rafters or back side and just hold the
Okay.
top pipes angle.
Hey, be careful.
And if
Yeah.
something happens to him, you're kind of close enough to be able to
Giant,
run
that's-
back in and adjust, you know?
Right. Yeah. Before it goes down. Yeah.
Is there a reason you say economic disadvantage? Yeah, because people get confused when I say eco round and it's actually like a bonus round. So I just call it economic disadvantage because it's the same. Oh.
Dude, straight up this round, I would have told my team, don't break the dart. I'm going on the angle Woohoo's talking about. I would
Yeah.
have sat there and
Get that
True,
probably
because
go
now they're
for free.
sussy of you.
Yeah.
Oh, they're about to harbor ult again.
This guy takes my elo like every morning.
Who is it on the harbor?
Venom BB.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you get your mouse cam on. Jay's worried that this guy heckin' waits to queue till Jay's in and dodges when he's not on his team and then minimap snipes him. I think you're in your head a bit about that.
Yeah, I finally got on his team yesterday off stream, and he was like, "Yes, I'm finally on your team," and then we 0-13 lost.
I really like how you played the flank there. You stalled it, or you really slowed it down after you got the first frag. I think initially though, based off that dart scan, you probably could have just ran down flank straight up and flanked these guys
No,
as
yeah,
they're hitting
yeah.
the site. Because I think that dart scan got like Sova, Sage, Jet, and you know
Yeah.
the Phoenix always queens rafters, so you can safely assume they don't have a Sentinel. You're probably safe to run it down, especially
Yeah,
since
so, like,
the
I'm scaring
armor
the
has to be
noise,
close to
like,
throw his
overrated.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Playing slow is
Yeah.
really good though, right after the harbor.
We just wait for them to speed up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you're baiting
Right
for the
after harbor, this
Viper
is
here
perfect.
too. Because your
I'm
Viper gets
talking
this
about-
free kill.
Yeah, no, this
Now
this
you're
way
saying
they
go
played
fast.
the flank
Yeah.
after you decide to go slow is perfect. It's just that I think I probably would have not even been able to play this situation like this because I would have
nice.
like
Yeah.
as they're running into sight making all that noise, I'm making noise as one of them scaling behind
Yeah.
them.
Because your noise is masked.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like Tarek's really good at that in solo queue, making noise when like you won't notice that
honestly,
it's his noise.
I used to think that shit was so troll, and Peter's like, why don't you just run at them? I'm like, bro, they'll hear me. It's like, I mean, they're running too. I was like, shit, not wrong.
Yeah. There's a lot of like clips from my like old VOD reviews where I'd be like, dude, you can just run knife out. They'd be like, but it makes noise. I'm like, they're hitting this site, man. They're not gonna hear you.
It's a shitstorm going
Like,
down.
yeah, you're in their audio range, but like in the heat of the moment, dude's not gonna be like one flank. And if they are, that kind of plays in your hand anyways. Can you show a clip? Yeah, of course. Here it is. This is Xander clip. So they're hitting a site on Breeze, and you're gonna notice Xander goes uncomfortably fast for your low elo eyeballs. Just full clomping at this guy, and she's not even looking at him. It's because there's so much noise going on around her that she doesn't even hear him. Like, if this were DM and this were a 1v1, she's obviously just crouching in the off angle and lays him out because she just clicks him off
Absolutely
noise.
lasered on him, but this is perfect.
But yeah, in the heat of the moment, Xander recognized. He's like, oh, shock darts are coming. Oh, the wall's coming up. There's gunfire. She can't hear me. And so he just runs. And bam, free
This
kill.
is also like, I mean, this, I know we talked about it as like a flanking concept, but this should double down for most people as like a sight hitting concept, especially if you're not the first guy going in. 99% of the time, they're going to be laser focused on that jet that dashes in.
Yeah.
And whoever's scaling on the other side, like Breeze is a perfect example on B site. If you have that wall up, if they're hard scaling left, your jet goes in mid site. Whoever is coming in late should be hard scaling right side, waiting for that guy to stuck back site.
Imagine asking if I have the clip. Of course I have the clip. That one I pulled from, I have DMs with Curry, because I was actually asking him questions about that clip. It's not photographic memory. It's more like I remember learning about this concept myself. This is what makes, I'm gonna heckin' toot my own horn for 2 seconds. I think I'm a good coach because I have like no talent. And the best players, they kind of pick those things up via intuition and they kind of just figure it out. I see that clip and it confuses me and I have to ask pro players about it and they then realize, oh yeah, I do that because it's fine. And I'm like, it's fine? Like, yeah. And then I remember because the conversation happened about it, the clip. It's not like I just clipped it and put it in a heckin' database. And I'm like, yeah, I got a clip for that. Like every clip I've got, there's also a 30-minute conversation around that clip.
Okay.
And if you've had a 30-minute conversation about something, you'll probably remember the thing.
Ingrained at that point.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of, this might be a bit overthunk of me, but I'm feeling like I updraft on this blue thing. So I see they have no trip. And teams with no trip usually check the flank. And we can corroborate this further by the few rounds where you've come like here and you look, they peek you and you lay them out and you fall back. So I think you can kind of heads up, come over here and just chill and hold. And I think you're gonna get a free frag and then you join the homies. Because these guys always check their flank because they have no trip and we know they check their flank. We've seen them do it multiple times. Like that's every ounce of my body wants to just go top blue right now and take your free kill. For some reason, I feel like Sage is just gonna peek you.
Yeah, especially with knives too.
That's like my big brain play of this game.
Neutral.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you take contact with Sage or Harbor at some point here. Like if you stick around.
Leaving.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Could lurk on B. They have a B lurk probably.
Yeah, there are. And,
The entire team, yeah.
yeah, so on that angle, you probably would have been able to get one, probably live.
Yeah.
Oh, did we just lose?
Yeah.
Okay, that's big.
Sage.
Damn, spoilers? Fuck.
Well, I'm dead. I'm dead.
We got no J, we got no win con, dude. Taken out.
Whisker on the mouse
I'm
pad.
sad we didn't get to see any op gameplay. We saw like one round. Oh,
The one
dude.
round was a tragedy too.
And it was the double harbor wall. Just yeah.
Yeah, I think like if you're feeling heckin' ballsy as hell though, you could have jumped through it close here and played it like the shotgun. But like that's
Yeah, fuck it, just Kenny S.
that's psychotic behavior. If you're the guy who's doing that, you're probably heckin' rank 1 in like a week, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we pretty much just have to keep like watching lots of pros. Not much getting around that because there's just lots of angles that we're recommending that you don't know exist.
I'm not
or,
using.
Yeah, or you're not playing. But other than that, specifically, it's like the utility usage. As like Dopai mentioned, like sometimes you don't need to use the dash to enter. You can use it to take the fight. And we're always using it to enter, like pretty much exclusively. I want to see more ops in the next VOD and the minimap, please. I don't know how to word it. Is it like be less willing to give up the space? It's, I don't know, like we're here, we fight the sheriff. Yeah, we get laid out, but I think partially it's because we weren't really willing to hard commit to one of us dying in this fight.
Yeah.
And I think Yay or like Tens or Silenx, I think like they got that ego about them, and especially because you got Guardian versus Sheriff. That shit favors you.
I think part of it is their execute is so strong, but we weren't really fighting them that much before the execute. You're fighting belt, but you didn't do your normal like top pipes peak or like sit top pipes for like a duel before they run in type of thing. And we didn't sit top screens once. Like I'm not saying those spots are like always good, but you kind of played like the normal standard angles and didn't switch it up on the right side, I guess. And because the executes are so strong, it was just throwing you off. And I think that was also because Harbor was, popping off of those walls. But
cramping your style.
Yeah.
It's like I was playing with an op, like playing for like that most likely first contact rather than like
I'm just gonna call it like have a bit of a bigger ego because like on offense, the ego shows up and you fry.
I mean, I think a lot of it also comes down to you need to understand like the win con of the site that you're playing. Like how we talked about how you want to avoid getting wrapped like on Icebox site. And because of how strong their exec is, usually A site's really hard to hold on Icebox generally, right? There's a million angles for you to play on defense, but they're so easily cleared out, and it's really easy for yourself to get crunched. That's why people usually, like, famously, whenever Icebox came out, Immortals got like 6 rounds in the first pro game on it that I saw them play by going A every single round, rushing it. It's
Right.
not a cakewalk, but you need to understand that you either need to hard play for getting one and getting out, like playing those angles like far right on Raptors, or getting one at the start and getting out, depending on if you're playing weak side, or you need to actually play to contain one side of the rep. Usually that's going to be left side, and that really strong angle like the box, like what Woohoo is saying. And obviously the dynamic completely shifts whenever you have an op, but I really like what Dopai was saying about actually disrupting them before they go for the hit, because you kind of enable them to have all the tools that they want in order to get it off. Because every time that they got into sight, they pretty much had there was no friction at the start of the round. And whenever they got into that exec, it pretty much always worked. So you need to make them use more util and be more scared at the front of the site before they actually got that off. And it's a really, really big theme for Icebox State site.
Yeah, some people explain it as like it's 2 boxes. The idea is if they can take control of this first box with minimal utility, then they're going to have a lot of success hitting A. So you don't want to give them this first box for free. And a lot of teams, they'll use their utility to take this first box without you doing anything about it. Like they'll Sova Dart, they'll heckin' flash, they'll do whatever. Like they'll pop abilities early to take this box, and you don't even have to contest it. But this team is kind of just walking into the box. And yeah, that's where you, like what he's saying, you take these fights and you pressure them into using the util, then you go back to playing to hold this ladder box because they've got less util to push you.
And by no means you need to do this every round. It's really, really good, especially at the start of the half if you're feeling confident, to set the precedent so that each round afterwards you get cumulative value out of it.
Yeah, you're like threatening it
Control
or
the
conditioning
pacing.
them that
Exactly.
you might be here, and so they've got to kind of cover the
They take
option.
everything slower, and it also enables your rotate to be that much faster.